The Amazon was alive, a sprawling expanse of green that seemed to stretch endlessly in every direction. It breathed with 1,000 secrets, each leaf and branch whispering tales of ancient times. Hidden dangers lurked beneath its emerald canopy, where the light barely penetrated the thick foliage. The humid air hung heavy, thick with the scent of unknown blooms and decaying wood, a mix of life and death. Deep within this green labyrinth, the silent river snaked its way through the jungle, a lifeline for countless creatures. It was a place whispered about in hushed tones around flickering campfires, where shadows danced and stories came alive. Locals spoke of a curse, a dark legend passed down through generations. They told tales of a monstrous anaconda, a guardian of the river's secrets, a creature of immense power and mystery. It was said that those who dared to disturb its waters would face a swift and terrible end, swallowed by the river's depths. Many dismissed these stories as mere folklore, the product of overactive imaginations. Just superstitious ramblings of isolated tribes, they said, nothing more than myths. However, the jungle held its breath, as if waiting for the next chapter of its ancient saga to unfold. It whispered its warnings on the wind, a soft murmur that carried through the trees. The stories were true. The silent river was no place for the greedy or the foolish. A realm where nature reigned supreme and secrets were fiercely guarded. As night fell, the jungle came alive with sounds, a symphony of life that hinted at the mysteries hidden within. Among the trees, remnants of forgotten civilizations lay hidden, their stories intertwined with the jungle's own. Shamans performed rituals, seeking to appease the spirits of the forest and the river, hoping to keep the balance. And as dawn broke, the jungle whispered once more, a reminder of its timeless presence and the secrets it held. Generations had passed down the legend of the great Anaconda, a tale whispered among the elders and feared by the young. They called it Sukuriju Gigante, the devourer of souls, a name that sent shivers down the spine of anyone who heard it. Legends spoke of its immense size, describing it as a serpent so large it could block out the sun when it reared its head. They said it could crush a man in its coils, swallow him whole, leaving no trace behind. Its strength was unmatched, and its hunger insatiable. The Sukuriju Gigante was more than just a creature. It was a force of nature, a guardian of the jungle's deepest secrets. It was a spirit of the jungle, a protector of ancient magic, revered and feared by those who lived in its shadow. The silent river, according to the stories, was its domain, a place where the anaconda's presence was felt most strongly. It was a place where the veil between worlds thinned, where the living could almost touch the realm of spirits. Some believed the river held a gateway to a hidden city of gold, a place of untold riches and ancient knowledge. Others claimed it was a portal to the spirit world, a crossing point for souls and a place of great power. Whatever the truth, the legend endured, passed down through generations as a tale of wonder and warning. It served as a stark warning to those who dared to seek the river's secrets, a reminder of the dangers that lurked in the heart of the jungle. The whispers of the jungle spread beyond the rainforest, carried by the wind, and the tales of those who dared to venture within its depths. They reached the ears of men driven by greed and ambition, men who saw the jungle not as a living entity, but as an obstacle to their dreams of wealth. A group of treasure hunters, led by the ruthless Ricardo, heard the tales of the hidden city of gold. These stories spoke of unimaginable riches, enough to make any man a king. Blinded by their lust for riches, they dismissed the legends as mere superstition. The warnings of the locals who spoke of curses and ancient guardians were nothing but the ramblings of the fearful. Ricardo, a man with fire in his eyes and ice in his heart, scoffed at the stories. He was a man who believed in the power of his own will, convinced that nothing could stand in his way. He believed only in what he could hold, what he could control. Maps and compasses were his guides, and the promise of gold was his driving force. The promise of untold wealth outweighed any danger, real or imagined. The allure of gold was a siren's call, Irresistible and all-consuming, their expedition was ill-fated from the start. The jungle, with its dense foliage and treacherous terrain, seemed to conspire against them. The jungle seemed to fight back against their intrusion. Vines and branches seemed to move with a life of their own, creating barriers at every turn. The air grew thick with humidity, each breath a struggle as the oppressive heat bore down on them. Vicious insects swarmed their camp, biting and stinging, adding to their misery. The nights were filled with the sounds of their swatting and cursing. Still they pressed on, lured deeper into the green abyss by the promise of gold. Their determination was unwavering, their greed insatiable. They were oblivious to the watchful gaze of the jungle, unaware that they were being observed by unseen eyes. Unaware of the ancient power that awaited them, they continued their quest, each step bringing them closer to a fate they could not foresee. The jungle held its secrets close, and it was not about to give them up easily.